Did you know that despite being famous for my beauty, I spoke 9 languages and ruled Egypt as pharaoh for 21 years? I am Cleopatra, the last great queen of ancient Egypt. Under my reign, Egypt flourished like never before. But my story is not devoid of tragedy. I faced the fall of my dynasty and an early death shrouded in mystery. Are you fascinated by antiquity and powerful stories? Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I was born in the year 69 before Christ in a family that ruled Egypt for generations, the Ptolemaic dynasty. My education was privileged, but also rigorous. I learned several languages and studied literature, politics, and astronomy. Unlike my ancestors who only spoke Greek, I learned to speak Egyptian to connect more with my people. At 18 years old, I inherited the throne alongside my brother Ptolemy XIII, whom I was also forced to marry, following the royal custom of sibling marriages. However, the tensions between us were palpable. Finally, my brother tried to wrest power from me, leading to a civil war. Then Julius Caesar came into the picture, who came to Egypt pursuing his enemy Pompey. I presented myself to Caesar, wrapped in a carpet, and we quickly forged a political and personal alliance. Thanks to Caesar, I managed to retain the throne of Egypt. Years later, when Caesar was murdered in Rome, I returned to Egypt with our son, Caesarion. After Caesar's death, I started a relationship with Mark Antony, which also had its own political and emotional implications. My youth was marked by love, war, and the struggle to maintain my kingdom. Under my reign, Egypt transformed into an economic superpower. I skillfully managed the kingdom's finances, and its prosperity was largely due to my focus on the economy. I developed agriculture, mining, and trade, which strengthened the Egyptian economy and secured my stability on the throne. One of my most astute strategies was the use of diplomacy. My relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not only of a personal nature, but also of political importance. With each, I formed alliances that helped me maintain Egypt's independence and strengthen my power. With Caesar, I had a son, Caesarion, whom I proclaimed as my co-regent. Interestingly, unlike my Ptolemaic predecessors who clung to Greek customs, I adopted Egyptian customs, even in clothing and religion. I also became the first in my dynasty to learn the Egyptian language, an action that helped me earn the respect and loyalty of my subjects. These decisions reflected my love for Egypt and my commitment to my people. My end came with Mark Antony's defeat at the Battle of Actium in the year 31 before Christ. Antony, mistakenly thinking I had died, took his own life. Upon learning of his death, I was plunged into deep sorrow. I knew that Octavian, now the master of power in Rome, planned to parade me through his city in a triumphal procession, a humiliation I was not willing to bear. Therefore, I decided to follow Antony in death. According to the stories, I committed suicide by biting a poisonous asp, although the truth of this fact remains a mystery. Before dying, I sent a letter to Octavian asking to be buried next to Antony, a final act of love and resistance. With my death in 30 before Christ, Egypt was annexed to Rome and the era of the pharaohs came to an end. My life was marked by power struggles, love, tragedy, and sacrifice. But I also left a lasting legacy. Despite adversity, I stood firm and fought for what I believed. Under my leadership, Egypt flourished and remained independent for a time. I was a leader, a mother, a lover, and a woman of great intelligence and strength. But perhaps, most importantly, my story serves as a reminder that even in the midst of difficulties, greatness can be achieved. I was Cleopatra, the Queen of the Nile, the last pharaoh of Egypt, a woman who lived and died on her own terms. If you are interested in the stories of historical figures and want to learn more, subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. We will explore the lives of many other people who, like me, left their mark on history.